I've been using this JSR UV filter. I got a pack of 4 different types of filters, but this one came with it, and I've been using it as a lens protector on my Insta 360 Ace Pro, thinking it would be a good idea. And in principle it is, it's a good lens protector. And however, I've not had it very long, and I've been struggling with the quality of the images, and they've been getting a little bit foggy, like you're looking through a mist. And I've been playing with the settings and playing with the settings, and then I realised it was the lens. See that? Depending on how the light catches it, it's really damaging the image quality. I've only been using it a couple of weeks. This is just a diopter lens from a camera, 52mm in this case. There we go. I'm not sure if you can read that. It's a number 2 diopter lens, and it's not clean, but I should put it on. It's a number 2 diopter. So I'm going to record with that. And we'll zoom in a bit. So what I have on the bench is a Skoda front hub and one of the brake carriers. Threads are stripped completely, and the thread's gone on here. The thread on this piece is fine, and this one, I could just push it in, it's gone. So what to do? After much head scratching, we determined that this was a 9mm by 1.25 thread, which is an odd size. So we've decided the thread's gone on this, so we've decided to turn this down and put an 8mm thread on it. Helicoil this, thread this and put an 8mm helicoil in it. It's hard to say what size this thread is on the helicoil. 9.64. Really don't know, but it's not that. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this an 8mm thread. We're going to turn this to 8mm, and we're going to put an 8mm helicoil in there. And hopefully that can be used again. So I've set it up on the milling machine to try and keep everything nice and square. I'm just going to tap this without power. Just do it by hand and run it through, and using the mill, make sure it's square in every direction. And there we are. Let's cut that thread. And into that we shall insert a helicoil. So this is a helicoil, if some of you haven't seen one before. This is the tool we use to put it in. It has a slot in the end of the tool, which the helicoil has a tang on it. I'm not sure how well you can see that. It has a tang on it, and we can drive the helicoil in with the tang. And then we break the tang off. And then we're going to turn this piece down on the lathe from 9mm to 8mm to match. And we're going to reduce that 9mm thread to an 8mm one. And then we can thread that into there. And that will affect the repair. So I just set up on the lathe. So taking the lathe chuck off, and we're going to use a collet to hold the part, because we don't want to damage the surface of this slider by using lathe chuck jaws on it when we're turning the thread. That's that tightened up. Just grab my calipers. Okay, so we're currently on 8.79, so we'll call it 8.8. So we want to take off 0.8 of a millimetre off the diameter of that. And move this camera. Okay, we'll try that. So we will touch off on the part. Set our dial to 0. We want 0.4. So we move 0.4 per side, which gives us our 0.8mm. That didn't seem to do much. Try that again. So we're going to touch off on the part. Set our 0, back out, we'll take off half of that. Measure that, check where we are. We want another 0.3 to come off of there. So I will dial in 0.3, 0.15 rather. Seem to be much. 1.26. Okay. I really must set the DRO back up on this machine. 0.22. I think something is moving on here. Perfect. We've still got a little lead in here, so we don't need to cut one. I think I will use the tailstock as a guide. To hold the tap square, I'll start the thread. Adjustment. Fighting me for clearance here. Okay, try again. drop of oil on this. Come on, darling, get started. Really? There we go. Left it a bit tight. Could perhaps done with a touch more off on the diameter there, but I want it to be a snug fit into the other section, so I left a little bit more on than I might have done usually. That's the end. Would like, if I can find the tool. Come on, where is the tool? Not there. I'm going to use a fine chamfer tool, sorry, a fine parting off tool, to just make a nice sharp edge at the end of the thread there. So we have, so this part can seat properly. Oh, it's fighting me today. There we go. We'll do it. Just take that little edge off at the end there. And there we have it. And that is the part. I shall now try and fit it onto the other piece. Okay, we've now threaded the piece, so we're going to insert it into where it lives. Make sure we can do it up nice and snug without anything letting go. That's as tight as I would do an 8mm thread. That's it. That's that job done. So we had a wallowed out thread on here, which is for a slider for a brake caliper on a front wheel hub. So it was a 9mm thread by 1.25 pitch. So we decided to put an 8mm helicoil into it. We've retapped it with a helicoil tap, which took a bit of meat out, made a nice new thread, inserted the helicoil, machined the threaded section of the slider down because it was all messed up anyway. So now matches the helicoil. Threads in there nicely, very snug, no wobbling around. All done. That's one hub saved. Thank you for watching.